Hello YouTube, welcome to some more World of Warships Legends. This will be my third game in the Fuso. This is actually a pretty good battleship, or at least maybe it's just a good one for me. I like that it's relatively fast, has a lot of guns. I mean, it obviously has its drawbacks. The armor is not that great, and its guns, you need a lot of them because it is impossible to hit anything, so you just kind of have to do the shotgun approach. So we start out, I don't know, this map, unless you start out in the middle, I feel like I have a tough time on this map on average because it's like, do you go into the cap or do you have to sit back and do basically nothing because there's not a lot of good shots into the cap? So it's like you kind of I never really know what to do to start this cap. So usually I end up kind of going over this way where I can get some more shots in, and if I need to, I can shoot over the side. So we've got this Königsberg who is making the mistake of trying to get into this cap too early. The problem is there's just too many people shooting at you, and these caps are too open with too much cover on the sides to just go in something as lightly armored as a cruiser. Now, at this point, I thought this game was already over right here because that Gade killed my friendly destroyer and is, just a couple of kilometers from me. And I'm like, all right, well, here's the torpedoes. There's absolutely nothing I can do about them. Might as well take a couple shots and that'll be back to port. Fortunately, his torpedoes have already been spent. We get some shots off at Königsberg and wipe him off the map. So we actually have a pretty decent posse building up from our team around here. We've got a couple battleships and I think another cruiser that are coming in from behind and are ready to take this cap. We just want to get everyone out of the way first. So we take some pot shots at the destroyer. Obviously, we had armor piercing loadings loaded, so it's not going to do a whole ton of good. But hey, at least we made him reset the cap, which is something. So now we're just kind of backing up because I don't want to go blazing forward because for one, I'm going to eat torpedoes, and two, that New Mexico, as slow as it is, if it hits you, it's got pretty good guns. So I'm skipping ahead. Our cruisers have this destroyer on the ropes. We'll see if we can ninja the kill. And oh, nope, somebody else took it. That's fine. I didn't really do much of the damage to him anyway, so I don't feel bad about not getting the kill on him. So now we're going to move forward into the cap and start chasing this New Mexico. Like I said, we have a good group around us, so we are ready to push. Now, it's always dangerous to push the cap. I know it's like, because it's the objective, it's the thing you're trying to do in the game, it's going to give you more points. It's always tempting to just go straight for the caps right as you start the game. But the more important thing is to win the cap before you take it. If you haven't eliminated the enemy around the cap, all you're doing is exposing yourself. And if you don't have a good exit strategy, if you can't stay out of fire long enough to take it, then it's really not going to do your team any good in the long run. It's just going to get you killed. So skip forward to taking the cap. That New Mexico is still slowly moving away, and we actually cut out a decent chunk of the video, which shows you how stinking slow that New Mexico is. It's one of the other lines I'm working on, and oh man, am I tired of how slow it moves, especially after playing all of my Mahan and Benson games. Now, again, if you saw my how-to Fuso video, you know that this is not a ship that does well with broadsides. I mean, just like any ship, but especially this one. It's got a real fat citadel kind of on the back. Think of like the back two-thirds line of the ship. So if you're trying to kill the Fuso, always be aiming for that back two-thirds. So I'm basically only swinging my guns out when I have a good chance to take some unopposed shots. I know the New Mexico has a base reload of like 35 seconds, so if he shoots, I have plenty of time afterwards to swing the back out and to get a lot of shells in the air, which, like I said, is pretty much a necessity in this ship because of how inaccurate its guns are, especially after I've been playing the Pensacola a lot lately, and that ship is real tough, but its dispersion it's hard to go back to anything else after you have that Pensacola dispersion. So I'm actually way too sideways on this one, and if you saw, I actually went into full backwards to try and do a handbrake turn just to minimize the amount of penetrations that he was going to get with his big, massive American guns. So he's just about dead. We send again, and again, watching the replay, I'm showing a little bit too much broadside, but we take him out, and that will be our second kill of the game. So obviously, we just moved into the B cap, and we still have our posse coming up behind us. Now, something interesting happens here. So we're taking the cap, and there's Jean Bart, or I think it's Jean Bart, one of the French battleships coming around the island up kind of to the pretty much like northeast, north by northeast, or I guess it'd be east by northeast, however you would say it. And he's going up there. So I slow down just because I want to take this cap before they have a chance to shoot back. Oh, it's a Britannia. So the Britannia I know is coming down the island, and I'm not sure, is he going to go straight or is he going to go around the island? And at this point, I'm not 100% sure. So you can see I'm debating what to do. So I see on the mini-map, he actually did come down the side of the island, and he's turning straight into the middle of the map, which going to the north of this island that is just to my right. Now there's an important concept that I wanted to go over right here, and now we're spotted by something, I don't even know what. I mean, first off, I don't want to go barreling forward because the score is basically even right now. But you see how the Britannia is heading straight sideways? He can't turn to his left. So basically, he's going to have to, go straight, and we're both going straight together at somewhat of a 90-degree angle. Now, this is important because it's known as crossing the T. This is a naval term used back when they had ships of the line, where basically you always wanted to be the top of the T so all of your guns could face at the person who's making up the bottom of the T. Now, that's back when guns faced all off the sides of the boats and only shot from the side of the boat, so you could have more guns on target. In World of Warships, it works just the opposite. You always want to be the bottom of the T and not the top of the T. Because if you are the bottom of the T, you have the top of the T's broadside to go into. So if you'll notice, I've been slowing down, trying to stick at like a full reverse or just a stop position, because I know that his only option is to turn broadside to me in some form or other. And we have him coming around the island. We send one salvo out, trying to knock out his guns if possible. And I start reversing because I don't want to be the top of the T. I've got to let him come forward. And remember, the Fuso, it really shines in like the middle to close range area. It's a shotgun, so if you can get somewhere pretty close quarters with a full load of shells, then they really have no chance. So see how he's pretty much broadside to me because he kept going forward, and we were just able to punish him. If he would have been full health, he probably would have taken even more of a beating here, if I'm honest. So that's our third kill of the game, and we just have these three ships ahead of us. It's an Omaha, a Warspite, and a Koenig, I believe. So now that we have our team with us, we've taken out the Breton, we can start moving forward and definitely nose in, because any of these ships, I mean, maybe with the exception of the Omaha, could punish us pretty bad for going broadside. So I'm trying to move in such a way that the maximum number of ships in front of me are hiding behind islands, because if I can't see them, they can't see me. I mean, I know that's not always the rule, but in this particular instance, it's the case. So we're moving up. We want to get shots on this Omaha because he would be the easiest thing to take out. And if you're ever in a target-rich environment, usually the best play is to prioritize whatever you can kill the fastest, because you want to get their DPS off the table as quickly as possible. Now, another great thing about the Fuso is it's got pretty decent speed for a big lumbering battleship. So we're able to move up on the enemy while they're moving and positioning behind the islands. We can actually get fairly close. Like I said, the ship excels at medium to short range so long as you play it right. So we've got the Koenig right ahead of us, an island blocking, Then that Omaha is over behind the island just to the side there. Oh, and there we see it. See if we can get some shots off. A couple of them tick off the island, and I think they're all going to land behind him. Unfortunately, he got a cheeky shot into our tail right there, but that's all right. He's still moving full clip and straight into our other field of vision, and we let the 12 gauge loose. This dispersion's pretty good, and there's kill number 4. Beautiful shot. So now the Koenig's backing up. He doesn't really know what to do because, in all honesty, there's not much he can do at this point. The Warspite was taken out, and he's left all by his lonesome. Now it's at this point this game kind of snuck up on me because I was like, oh wait, I have 4 kills. I didn't even realize, and then I'm like, oh no, there's one ship left. He's in my sights. If I kill him, I can get the Kraken. The countdown timer is going down. We're less than a minute left of this game. This guy's got about a third health, and our whole team is doing everything they can. Now I still turn in because I still don't want to get citadeled, and fortunately our teammate gets a really good shot on him, knocks him down pretty bad, and I'm just turning as hard to port as I can so that I can try and get all of my guns on target. He's just got a tiny bit of health left. And can we do it? We send out all of the shells. No, he's still alive, has like 100 health left. We have 2 more guns. And there it is, Kraken Unleashed, 5 kills in the Fuso, which I think is the first time I've gotten a Kraken in the Fuso. Usually I'm just too slow. I feel like you're always too slow to get that many kills in something like the Fuso, but that's just me not being good. So 72,000 damage, not a huge amount. 5 kills, obviously top on our team. Really fun game. Even for being not premium, we got 109,000. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hope you're having a great day.